Success with Jess. This is episode 3. Whoop, whoop. Like, we made it, Miranda. Hey. Oh my gosh. Like, episode 3. I'm so excited. Like, you guys, I got my planner 2 weeks ago. I didn't even take the thing off it yet. I haven't planned one thing. Nothing. It's crazy. But I did get some new hair.
Looking good, girl.
Thank you. Like, only in California can you get new hair. Like, that's a thing here. Like, people get new hair. So it's what you do. And I got my nails done, but you want to know what? I did them myself.
Okay.
I got, like, in quarantine, I ordered all the nail stuff on Amazon. I ordered, like, the drill, the gel, the light, and I am, like, a new nail artist. I got this.
You made it happen.
But I'm really excited to go back to the salons. Yes, you know, I mean, quarantine. Oh my God, Miranda. I feel like today's episode is called I Survived.
Yep.
We survived quarantine.
We sure did.
We're out. We are out of quarantine. Like,
woo-hoo.
Oh my God, I survived quarantine. JoJo and I, when we started doing Dance Moms, we had this like thing that we would do. And if it was like a really hard, like 3 weeks, you know, maybe we weren't going to see Tom or Jane, we'd be like, I survived those 3 weeks. You know, it was like a thing. And then all of a sudden we were like, well, we need I survived gifts. So like I survived season 5 gift. And then I survived season 5 point B gift, you know, so we kept getting these like I survived gifts. And now to this day, we still get I survived gifts because sometimes it's hard, you know, and you got to have like a short-term goal. And an I survived gift is fabulous. So anyone out there that needs motivation, get yourself an I survived gift. You know, like there's a lot of times where we have to work like 20 days in a row, but we're going to be like, yeah, for our survived gift, we're going out for like steak and we're going to order appetizers and desserts and we are just going to like enjoy it, you know, because we survived. Like, I think all of us survived quarantine. Like, wow, we were locked in our houses. I mean, I have never spent so much time at my house with my family. Like, we were apart for so long, and the government just, like, threw us back together, and we all were, like, looking at each other like, okay, we're home now. What do we do? And so I was like, oh, my God, I'm going to be a super mom. This is my time. I got, like, 2 weeks here. I'm going to, like, we're going to do puzzles, and we're going to have game night, and I'm going to make lunch for everyone, and oh my God, for like 10 days, I was killing it. I was amazing. I made banana muffins, blueberry muffins, angel food cake with sprinkles in it. And then I was like, kept getting longer and longer. And I was like, okay, I'm running out of things to bake and we don't have any puzzles left, you know? So then we started playing Monopoly. It was like nightly Monopoly, you know, like who's going to win? And we're keeping a tally of like who's won the most games. And I think it was like game night 18. And I was like, hey guys, it's Monopoly time. You know, I'll make some popcorn. And Jaden was like, Mom, you know, you don't have to do this. And I was like, I don't have to do what? And he goes, you know, sometimes it's okay, you know, if we just want to like chill and we don't want to always be doing stuff together. And I'm like, oh, trust me, I get it. It's phone night. Everybody play on your phones tonight because I don't want to play Monopoly either. I don't want to. I'm sick of doing dishes and I'm trying to be great and this sucks, okay? So yeah, go play on your phone. Play Toon Blast, play slot machines. Go, I don't care right now, you know? And that was like a really fun night for us. And then Jaden said these magical words. He goes, would it be frowned upon if I ordered Chipotle? Because I had banned all outside food from our house because I was really scared. And I was like, frowned upon? No, I will order it with you. Let's go. And so on night 18, I think is when we allowed food in the house and we realized we didn't all have to have movie night and Monopoly night and I could stop baking banana muffins. I think I made so many banana muffins. I can't even tell you. Like, did you even quarantine if you didn't eat a banana muffin? Like, everyone was making muffins and we started a TikTok. Like, we started a family TikTok.
Fire.
Fire.
It's so good.
We have costumes. We have dances. We have lineups. Like, we we're into this TikTok so much during quarantine, and my husband is like on Amazon and he's ordering like the Village People costumes for everyone, and I'm like, I'm not wearing that. Like he's trying to plan all these TikToks, and JoJo and I did the one from like Mamma Mia. That was my favorite one. I was like so excited, and like I loved doing that with my kids. Like having the TikTok was so fun for us, but man, filming those videos, ooh.
Do tell.
It gets intense, I'm telling you. Because
what's the process?
Well, JoJo and I are quick. So basically we can kind of be like, yeah, do this. Like, okay. Jaden is bossy, okay? He's like, no, this is how you do TikTok, and we got to hold it here, and the screen's not wide enough, and we got to do the, like he has like his deep voice. And he's right, but he's just sometimes bossier than what JoJo was like, and then there's Tom that's like, hey, I got my sunglasses and I'm ready in the back, like that's like my family TikTok. And I'm like, can we just like all do like the wah, 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 and like it's easy. We'll make a little triangle. And I mean, I'm like, oh God. It was fun, but it's a lot to make a TikTok. So then sometimes it's better if just 2 people make a TikTok, or sometimes I can tolerate Tom and Jaden making a TikTok sometimes more than JoJo can. So I'll make it with Tom and Jaden. But yeah, we got a family TikTok. A lot of people started TikToks. It was fun. It was fun to watch people like stack up like a bazillion cups and like jump over it. And like people thought of good stuff.
Right.
People are creative. Yeah. And like I was like when quarantine started, I kind of felt sorry for the people that had birthdays in quarantine. I was like, God, that'd be terrible. Jaden went to like a parade, and I was like, God, he turned 21. So sad for that kid. And he was like, yeah, Mom, he was crying and it was sad. And time kept going by. And then I realized my kids were going to spend their birthday in quarantine. And I was like, oh my God, it's coming. Like this is it. Like I'm not planning a party. I'm planning like, what can I do with 4 people that don't want to do anything with me right now, And so I'm like talking to this food company about getting like cake and stuff delivered. And they're like, yeah, we can make all these little like cake pops and stuff. How many people? I'm like, 4. And they're like, well, I'm like, what would we do with like the extra 8 in the dozen? And she's like, well, you can donate them, or we could do like a drive-by. And she was helping me, but I'm like, no, we're just going to save it. We're not going to do like this whole big treats and all this stuff to just give it to people that want to drive by. And I didn't want to have a drive-by because I just didn't want people to have to mess with that. And it was really hard. So I got the shaved ice truck to come. My kids like shaved ice. Kona ice for the win. That was incredible. And then I got another food truck to come for them. They like food trucks. It was kind of fun. Yeah. So I talked a couple of them into pulling into our driveway and serving dinner. So that was incredible. And their friends and family made amazing videos. And what was interesting, and like 2 people in, JoJo's bawling her eyes out. And it was kind of cool because normally on people's birthdays, you just text. You're like, I'm like, happy birthday, 3 emojis, love you, I hope your day's awesome. Like you genuinely care, but it's just a text. And in quarantine, you got like these massive videos from people. Like Miranda, I saw yours and it was a skit.
I mean, my dad pulled out the guitar and wanted to make it really happen.
It was incredible. Like winner right there. First overall.
We'll take it. We worked hard.
Grand Supreme. Like you guys had costume changes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Casey was like changing sweatshirts because each of my kids have sweatshirts, and like it was incredible. Like all out. Like I loved it so much. And Nate, the video guy, he kind of pranked my kids, and he told them they were each getting like cars and played like the Price is Right music. And then he was like, just kidding. It was incredible. Like they were like laughing and crying, and it was really, really fun to like sit down and watch those. And for people that don't know, I keep saying my kids because my kids' birthdays, JoJo is May 19th and Jaden is May 20th. So it was like 48 hours of what am I going to do? Yeah. So like the video was incredible. And now they have that. They have that from everyone. And God, we survived birthdays in quarantine. They survived living with their mom in quarantine. And God, I can't, like, quarantine changed our lives. Right. We were working on tour. It's crazy how quarantine started. We were working on tour, and it was the first show. And they had taken JoJo to go backstage, and they came up to me. And when I say they, I mean like big people, you know, like executives came up to me, and they're like, we need to talk to you. You're going to be doing one more show, and then we're going to go home for a minute. We're going to take a break, and we're going to let this virus ride out, and then we're going to pick back up. And then you can tell JoJo now before the show, or you can tell her after. And I'm like, well, I'll be telling her after because you're just literally broke my heart in half. And I can't do that to JoJo. And so I'm watching the show the first night, and I know how happy JoJo is. Like, we got the toaster, we got the new costumes, we got, like, the show is on fire. Like, the crew is happy to be back together. The whole gang is there. We have 5 buses full of people. Like, it is literally like the dream is right there, and I have to tell her we're going to go home because of Corona. And that was one of the hardest conversations I ever had to have with her. And with the promise of it's coming back, you know, like, we're just going home. We're going to figure this out. We're going to figure out when we can go back and when places are going to open again and when it's safe. It's safe for everyone. It's safe for the people that are watching the show and the people that are in the show. And you always have to do what's right, not what you want to do, because JoJo would perform the show in a parking lot. Like, she doesn't care. She wanted to do the show. But you know, you got to make sure safety first. You know, we always say safety first, safety first. And gosh, yeah, that was crazy. And I know embarrassing, but I was scared to fly home. I didn't want to be in an airport, and I didn't want to be stuck. We were in Texas, in like a smaller city. And so I told them I was scared to fly home. And so they said they would drive us home. They would drive our buses home. So that was cool. No one knew.
Right.
No one knew. And fortunately, thank God, you know, and that's what I told JoJo, the best thing that can happen is it's not as bad as they think it's going to be. And it wasn't as bad as they thought it was going to be. I know it was really bad for a lot of people, and we have a lot of people to thank that worked really hard, like healthcare workers and first responders. I mean, unreal. But thank God, we were able to just get home and spend time with our family. I mean, it's not a punishment. It wasn't a punishment. It was just sad to leave tour like that. But I promise you.
You're coming back?
Oh, like a boomerang. I promise you 1,000,000%. We are going to be celebrating when those new dates are announced like nobody's business. Like, it is going to be, yes, fabulous. Yes.
But you've definitely made the most of it during quarantine. I'm looking out into your backyard right now and see a massive stage in your backyard.
Yeah. You know, we had a lot of monumental things for us in quarantine. a lot of family changes. And JoJo's a performer. So a lot of people were singing on their couch. And I kind of said, why don't you sit at the piano and sing? And she was like, no. I was like, all right. And I'm like, why don't you like sing in your room? No. I was like, okay. And then she was like, I want to perform. I want to perform for my people, but I don't perform on my couch. I don't perform in my room. And we were like, okay, let's figure it out. Well, we're going to figure it out. And then a few days went by, and she came to me and she said, I'm going to build a stage. And I said, let's do it. Let's build a stage. But you're not going to go to the Home Depot and get the stuff. We're going to hire a company, and they're going to build the stage, JoJo Siwa, because this kid would, like, Postmates would and build a stage, okay? So I have to be, like, really like, no, honey, you can build a stage, but you're going to call this company that builds everything for us, and they're going to build you a stage. So I was thinking the stage was going to be maybe out of wood. I thought it'd have, like, it'd be raised a little bit off the grass. And yeah, I kind of like pictured like a DIY backyard stage, Sure. And all of a sudden the stuff started getting delivered because, JoJo's an adult. I didn't check the drawings. I just was like, let's talk about a budget and just do your thing. And so then the stuff started, like these trusses started coming and lights started coming and a mixer board came, and I was like, this is like a real stage. Like we got a real stage. And so I was like, what am I going to tell my neighbors? Because we just moved into this house.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Welcome everyone. Yes. And so I had my plan, and they were going to say, well, first of all, they don't have my phone number. So they would have to like come say it to my face. And so I was going to be like, yeah. Well, you were like, your kids have a swing set or a jungle gym. She likes to play on the stage. That's what I was going to say. That was my line. What are they going to say to that? You know? And so I asked her, you know, I'm like, make sure you keep it quiet. I don't want the neighbors mad because of the noise. And we've been really, really good about keeping it quiet. And our neighbors are incredible. And they actually were like, if our kids are too loud and you're trying to work outside, please just let us know. And we're like, oh my God, like, how did we find the perfect neighbors?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's incredible, like so fun. And it's been so good for her. She's been like producing these shows and working on the lights and working on like new mixes with her friend Cameron. Like it's been unreal for her. And then she needed more. And so I was like, oh my God, I got to give her another project. What can I do? And so just this last week, this is like, I'm super excited for the world to see this. Her friend is here from out of town, and they were like going to Michael's, and they're doing like all the typical things like painting pottery and tie-dyeing shirts. And they made chocolate covered strawberries one day, you know, and I'm like, all right, they need a big plan. So I was like, hey, you guys, I have an idea. Why don't you two like make a music video? Why don't you theme it out and hire the dancers, and I'll do the costumes? And they were like, yeah. And so, you know, as a mom, you never know if your kids are going to say yes or no. So they were like all about doing this music video, and they call themselves Jana and Jana, and I'm the like the and in the middle, because, you know, and they made this music video, and it's incredible. And they redid High Top Shoes, and I'm so proud of them. Like what a great way to like better yourself during quarantine. Like produce a music video, produce a live stage show, build a stage. Unreal.
Amazing.
Right?
So good. I can't wait. Okay, I do have a question back about the birthdays.
Oh, yeah.
I heard that JoJo had a very special birthday dinner.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to know a little more.
All right. Ooh, I'm glad you brought this up. I forgot to tell you that. Okay. All right. So when we were going to go back on tour, we were going to start a Bible study group. And we were going to wait until we got like a couple days in, but we had a little boy, Marcus, who was going to lead it, a dancer, and it was going to be like for my family and whoever else wanted to join, because it's very hard when you're on the road to go to church. And so we had this Bible study group planned, and my kids were super excited for it. Like they were like rare and ready to go. And then the quarantine came, and along with everything else, so then the Bible study group went away. And so we came home, and this priest I had known forever started doing online masses, daily masses. So I told my kids about this priest. I said, he does cartwheels, he sings, he dances. He's incredible. Like his homilies, like you will love them. And okay, all right, Mom, we're going to watch a mass. So I sat them down, and they watched a mass. And oh, Mom, that was great. We loved it. The next day they said, are we going to watch a mass again? And I was like, oh, yes, we are. So, you know, I pulled the daily one up, and we watched it again. And JoJo, after the mass was over, because you never know what you're going to get with JoJo, right? She says to me, when all this quarantine is over, I want to go to Omaha, and I want to go to one of his masses in person, and I want to meet him. And I was like, perfect. We will definitely do that. So I went on the website to the church to see like what masses he said, because I wasn't going to be organized. And I realized they were having a silent auction to raise money for the schools that are hooked to the church. And one of the things up for auction was dinner with this priest.
No way.
Way. So I was like, here we go. The person that is the hardest to buy for in the world is going to get dinner with the priest. So I was like bidding. And of course I won. And so, and then she got the dinner with the priest, and I was talking to Father Dave about the dinner and how she got it, and she's excited. And he goes, this has to be the lamest gift ever for a 17-year-old, dinner with a priest, Jess. And I'm like, I know, but Father, that's what she wanted. Like, she truly wants to come and have dinner with you. So it's perfect, you know? So like quarantine reconnected us with this priest that I had known forever, reconnected my kid with their religion, grew them spiritually, and it grew them with their stuff that they love, like JoJo with her performing and Jaden with his YouTube channel and our family with our TikTok. So like, yes, quarantine was miserable. Nobody wanted to do it, but unreal how it changed my family for the good. Unreal. Have you ever seen Wicked?
The musical?
The musical.
Of course.
Yes. And, you know, she's like, because I've known you, I haven't changed for the good. And I sound just like her. I mean,
beautiful.
In case you're wondering. And I think because I've quarantined, I've been changed for the good.
Yeah.
That's what I think. And Wicked is JoJo's favorite musical.
Ooh.
Absolute favorite. She has seen it so many times. I refuse to go with her again. Okay. Like that's like, you know, if me like stage wants to watch everything. I've seen the Dream Tour 90 times. Okay. Like I've seen Wicked so many times with her. Finally, I'm like, Tom, you got to take her. But when she was younger, we used to have to act out the whole thing in the car. And like, I would be Elphaba, then she would be Glenda. Then we'd have to switch. And then she would be Glenda. And I would be like, oh my God, it was just like wicked. So, but like, because I'm quarantined, I've been changed for the good.
I love that.
Thank you.
So reflecting on your time with your family in quarantine, what lessons have you learned?
I love lessons. I love my family. I definitely learned in quarantine that time with my family is one of the most important things in life. I mean, we always say God first, you know, family second, work last, you know, like we have those priorities, but it's hard to make time for your family. I feel like that is the one thing where you're like, oh, everybody can just do their own thing for dinner. Like I got into the habit of texting my kids and saying, come downstairs, we're having dinner. Like that sounds really bad, but that's like how you relate to teenagers, you know? So I would text JoJo and I would be like, family dinner. And she would stop FaceTiming her friends and come down and have family dinner. Whereas in a normal situation, I would be like, hey, JoJo, we're eating, but like you can eat later, like if you want to. You know, I realized that we need to be together. We need to be there for each other. And we're stronger together, you know, and I needed Jaden to tell me to back off, you know, like I needed that. And, you know, it just made me so close to my kids. And I'm sure they're like, it's too close. But I feel like as a mom, I just want to carry that with me for the rest of my life. I just want to be close with my kids. I want to spend time with them. And honestly, I would take a longer quarantine. You know, I was like, is it weird? I talked to my sister about this and I was like, is it weird that I like being here with my kids? And she was like, no, I love it too. You know, so I'm sure there's a lot of moms out there that loved spending so much time with their family, but carry it with you, make time. You know, we say like, we're always going to have Sunday night dinner, but I want to follow through with it. Yeah. You know, we did daily mass a lot when we were in quarantine. Like we can't do daily mass, but maybe we can do Tuesday, Thursday, you know, maybe we can figure it out and just really keep some of those habits that we had with us during quarantine. Oh, thanks. I feel like really sentimental right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quarantine did your quarantine make you sentimental?
Very much so.
Yeah.
But I was thrown back in to my family's home.
Well, yeah.
After living by myself for so long. But I mean, it's funny because we would like a nightly ritual after my mom and I would watch Jeopardy and I would win.
Oh yeah. You and I need to challenge each other at Jeopardy right. Because that's how I was with my family. I would always win. Okay. Yeah,
but we would do like a nightly like, okay, let's see what you guys posted on TikTok.
Oh my God.
So you brought like so much joy and entertainment into our lives.
Oh, thank you.
And then this whole like Jaden and JoJo birthday video. We got to like spend a lot of time together doing stuff like that. And it's just like you create really special moments and memories in these like bizarre times. So
it is bizarre.
Thanks, Siwa family.
You're welcome.
Love ya.
Love you too. Thank you. Yes. Let's make every time good for people. Yeah. Well, you guys, we all survived quarantine, and I think we should all get a gift. I think we should all get, like, new shoes or, like, new cups or...
You got new hair.
New pens, new hair, you know? Like, it's fun. It's fun to get new stuff, and it's fun to be able to say, like, I survived. Yeah. Like, I can't go on roller coasters, but if I have to go to Six Flags, I'll ride one, and I'll be like... I survived. You know,
did it.
you
Yeah.
gotta survive. And so for everybody out there that's just like, if you're struggling or if you don't know, like, you can survive. You can survive and reward yourself in the end because it's amazing. Yeah, you can survive. I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening to podcast number 3. I mean, I'm so excited. And please follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And I love doing fan questions and I plan to do a lot more. So if you have any questions, please see the post there where it says comment your questions and feel free to ask away because we are going to get deep in this podcast. We are going to get deep on what it's like to be a mom in Hollywood. And like, if you want to move to Hollywood, what you need to know, or maybe your kid wants to be a professional dancer or an actress. I mean, I have a lot of secrets. We are going to, we're going to go deep. I got a lot of good stories. So make sure you guys subscribe. Thank you so much for listening and I'll see you later. Bye.